I'm Jessica Gall. We're doing this video for comprehensive health assessment.
My name is Darren Himes. I consent to being in this video.
Okay, Darren, so I'm going to be doing a neurological assessment today. I'm going to start out by just asking you a couple of questions. So what is your full name?
Darren Joseph Himes.
What's my name?
Jessica Gall.
What is the date?
March 29th, 2018.
What day of the week?
It's Thursday.
And what town are we in?
Highland Park.
Okay, so he's alert and oriented to person, place, and time. That was just checking his mental status. Now I'm going to move on to checking the functioning of his cranial nerves. So I'm going to start out with cranial nerve number 1, which is the olfactory nerve. So I want you to just sniff. Okay, no problems. Sniff. So that's just checking the patency of your nostrils before I do the test. So close your eyes. All right, so I'm going to put some, some strong scented substance in front of you, in front of your nose. I want you to tell me what it is, okay?
It's coffee.
And to the other side.
It's peppermint.
Yes. Okay. You got both of those correct. So I'm going to move on to cranial nerve number 2, which is the optic nerve. So I'm just going to be testing your vision. So this is called a Jaeger chart, and you have to hold it at a distance of about 14 inches. And I want you to read to me the paragraph that you can, fully see and read. That's a little closer.
All right. In the 2nd century of the Christian era, the Empire of Rome comprehended the fairest part of the earth and the most civilized portion of mankind.
Okay. Which one is that?
I was a little struggling because it was a couple I had to focus on.
Okay, so probably you'd be able to see this one better.
Yeah.
All right, read it to me.
Okay. Was that 4 years? The public administration was conducted by the virtue and abilities of Nerva.
Okay, good. Okay, so now I'm going to be that was your near vision, and now I'm going to be testing with the Snellen chart. Okay, so I need you to stand up. All right, and then so I want you to read the line the smallest that you can see most clearly.
Let's see.
Close, cover one eye.
All right. We'll go with line 9. LEFODPCT.
Can you read any of this one?
FDPLTCEO.
And this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cover your other eye. Do the same thing.
All right. LEFODPCT.
This one?
FDPLTCEO.
What about this line?
No, I can't.
Okay, so you have 2013 in each eye. All right. All right, so now we're just going to do something called the confrontation test. So I need you to stand up. All right. Go this way. Okay. So cover your right eye. I'm going to cover my left eye. And I'm going to bring my fingers in, and I want you to tell me when you see it, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, good. Other eye.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, good. So his cranial nerve number 2 seems to be intact and functioning very well. So now I'm going to move on to the oculomotor nerve, which is cranial nerve number 3. So I'm just going to be testing his pupillary light reflex, both direct and consensual. First, I'm just going to be looking at his pupils, and they are about 3 or 4 millimeters. They're equal in size, and they react briskly to light. So I just want you to turn this way and just stare straight ahead, okay? I'm just going to come in from the side with the light. Okay, and I got both direct and consensual constriction, which means that the side that came in on, that one constricted with the light, and then the other one constricted as well. So we're going to just do the other side. Okay, and same thing there, I got both. And so finally, just turn this way for me, please. Just stare at the wall behind me. Look at my finger. Okay. And as we're supposed to get, we got convergence of the eyes and pupillary constriction when he looked at my finger. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to cranial nerves number 4 and 6, which are trochlear and abducens. So for this, I'm going to be testing with the 6 cardinal positions of gaze. So I just want you to follow my finger, okay, with your eyes. Okay, very good. So he was able to follow everything. Exactly. So now cranial nerve number 5, or the trigeminal nerve. This is a mixed nerve, so it has both sensory and motor function. So I'm just going to be testing the motor function first. I'm just going to put my fingers here. I want you to clench down. Okay, and it was equal strength bilaterally on both sides of the jaw. So now this we're going to be testing the sensory part. Okay, so just close your eyes, and I want you to tell me when you feel me touch certain areas with this cotton ball. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Okay. So good. That one is fine. All 3 divisions of the sensory. Okay. So next is the facial nerve, or cranial nerve number 7. So this is testing the mobility and the facial symmetry. So smile, frown, close your eyes really tightly, and raise your eyebrows, and puff out your cheeks. Okay. All right, good. All right. So next, cranial nerve number 8, or acoustic or vestibulocochlear. So for this one, so obviously he has no problem hearing a normal conversation. He responds appropriately. He doesn't appear to be straining to hear. He doesn't watch my lips, anything like that. So I want you to have a seat. And I'm going to be doing the whispered voice test. So I'm just going to occlude the ear, and then I'm going to whisper some words to you, and I want you to repeat back to me what I say. Okay?
6. 4. Apple.
Okay, good. I'm going to do the other side.
Baseball. 3. 9.
Okay, good. So he had no difficulty hearing. Next is the cranial nerves number 9 and 10, which are the glossopharyngeal and the vagus nerves. So for this one, I'm just going to depress your tongue a little bit, and I want you to say ah. Okay. Again? All right, and so the uvula and the soft palate, they rose in the midline. And I'm not going to test the gag reflex because I know he doesn't have a problem with, swallowing or his gag reflex. And that's uncomfortable. So I'm just going to move on to the spinal accessory nerve, or cranial nerve number 11. So just, okay, so I'm just going to be looking at his sternocleidomastoid muscle and his traps. And I could see that they're of equal size. So I just want you to rotate against my hand, okay? Okay, other side. Okay, and he was able to do that equally on each one. Now I just want you to shrug. Okay, good. So that was equal strength bilaterally. And finally, cranial nerve number 12, or the hypoglossal nerve. So I just want to take a look at your tongue and stick it out. Okay, so it's midline. There's no tremors, anything like that. And finally, I just want you to say light, tight, dynamite.
Light, tight, dynamite.
Okay, good. So the L, the T, the D, and the N, they're all clear and distinct. So that concludes the cranial nerve testing. So now I just want you to lie back for me. Okay, and sit up. Okay, so he didn't have difficulty with that. So that's just, just like seeing his overall muscle strength when he's sat up and moved. All right, so now I just want you to dangle your legs over the table. All right. And I'm just going to bring your legs up like this. Let me do everything. Okay. All right. So that was just a little testing of the passive range of motion to check the tone. And there is some, like a mild resistance when I was moving stuff, which is normal. So now I'm just going to check the cerebellar function. So there's a few tests involved with this. So first I just want you to put your hands on your lap and then turn them over. Lap. You can just do that. Faster. Faster. Okay, so that's quick and rhythmic. He has no difficulties. It's equal turning, everything like that. So then the next one is the finger to finger test. So you can just slide it so the camera can see. All right. So I want you to just touch your finger, or touch your nose and then touch my finger, okay? Okay, good. All right, and now both of your own hands, okay? So I just want you to alternate touching your nose. Okay, good. He has no difficulties with that. Now the heel to shin. So I just want you to lay down. Put the heel of your right foot. Just bend your leg. Well, it doesn't matter, I guess. And then touch. So touch with the heel. I want you to touch the top of your shin, and then just slide it down in a straight line. Okay, good. So the cerebellum is all about coordination, and so he doesn't seem to have any coordination problems. So now I'm just going to do some check your balance. So I just want you to stand up. Okay. So start from back here and just walk. Come here, turn around, and walk back, okay? Just going to watch you. Walk naturally, like with your arms. Okay. So everything was coordinated and smooth. He had no problems turning. The smooth and nice and the turn was nice and smooth and stuff like that. So now we're just going to do something tandem walking. Okay, so it's basically just in a heel to heel fashion. Okay, so let me see that. Okay, so he was coordinated with that. He didn't lose his balance or anything like that. So finally, now I'm just going to do the Romberg test. So come in front of the camera. All right. With your feet together, arms at your sides. I want you to close your eyes and try to just stand still. So he's swaying a little bit, which is totally normal. But a positive Romberg sign would be if he, fell over, lost his balance. But he doesn't appear to be about to lose his balance, so he has a negative Romberg sign. Finally, I just want you to hop, okay? Hop on one foot. Okay, other one. Okay, good. So no issues there with his balance. Okay, so now I'm going to assess the sensory system. So you can have a seat. All right. So for this, I want you to close your eyes. I'm going to be touching you with both of these. Open your eyes. Both ends of this. So I want you to say sharp when you feel or dull. Okay, I want you to tell me which one you're feeling.
Sharp. 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 Dull. 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 Sharp. 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 Dull. Sharp.
Okay, good. So I was just testing with the sharp end pain, and then with the dull end, it's kind of like more general sense of feeling. So now I'm going to be doing light touch. So I'm going to touch you at the end of this with this piece of cotton, and I want you to tell me when you feel it. Just say now, okay?
No. 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 No.
Okay, good. Now I'm going to be testing the vibration. So I'm just going to put this on your knuckle, and I just want you to tell me when you feel it, when you start feeling it, and then when you stop feeling it. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, good. Finally, the physician or kinesthesia. So you can open your arm for a second. This is up.
Mm-hmm.
This is down. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want you to close your eyes and then tell me which position I put your finger in. Okay.
Okay. Up. Up. Down. Up. Down.
Okay, good. The next thing I'm going to be testing is stereognosis. So that's your discriminating ability of the sensory cortex. So I'm going to be putting an object in your hand, familiar object, and I want you to just feel it and tell me what the object is, okay?
That is a mechanical pencil.
Yes.
Cell phone.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very good. And then the last thing is graphesthesia. So I'm just going to be writing a letter on you, okay? Capital letters.
Capital letters, okay. A. C. W. Or M. T.
Alright, good. Alright, good. So he, did well with all of those. Has no apparent problems with the sensory system. And now I'm just going to move on to lastly checking the reflexes. So I'm going to start out with the biceps reflex. So just try to relax everything, okay? Don't help or don't tense your muscle. Okay, good. So we got a little flexion of the forearm and contraction of the bicep muscle. Next, I'm going to be doing the tricep. So if you could just turn a little bit. Okay, relax it. Looks like a rag doll. Okay, good. Now I'm going to do brachioradialis. Okay, good. So we got a little flexion and supination there. Next, I'm going to be checking my quadriceps tendon. Okay, so we got that one, and finally the Achilles reflex. So if you turn a little bit, hard to see. Okay, just relax it. Okay, and we had a little plantar flexion there, which is what we would expect. And finally, the last thing, this is like superficial reflexes. So the receptors are in the skin, but you get a little localized muscle contraction. So if you're doing this on the bottom of the foot, the plantar reflex. Okay, good. Other side. Just making kind of a U shape. And I get the reflex there. So that concludes the neurological exam.